All right. So, see right here. We have some questions for you. Well, first, I hope everybody liked it. Did you? So yeah, well, we enjoyed it a lot. I think it's a great show. This is just the first episode. Is the pilot. And well, I have some questions for you guys. First, Nina, what was the inspiration for the project?
Yeah, so I think the concept of loneliness is something that's universal, but also really unique to every individual. It's something that we have all experienced or will experience at some point in our lives. And I think in Barcelona, living in a big city as an expat, and especially with the pandemic. So yeah, the genesis of the project came from loneliness because of the pandemic and how, I saw relationships around me being affected by the pandemic and my own situationship collapsing. And, that a situation is doomed when 2 weeks into it you're listening to Adele and crying your eyes out. So, and just being with someone who makes you feel more alone than you were when you were actually alone. So,
well said.
Yeah.
And I got some questions for the rest of the cast. Well, what drew you to this project? I can hand you this.
Hola, ¿qué tal? This is Dan. I'm doing Bernat, the most handsome guy of the movie.
I'm not sure about it.
What's the question? I'm Sasha. Yeah, the bartender. That's not a question. What's the question?
What drew you to the project? How did you like it?
Talk about your question.
No, I thought, you know what, my English is so good. And I didn't hear it. What is- no, it's okay. Why you come to the show? Welcome to the show. Well, the script was great, and when I saw the scripts, a couple of them, I said, okay, this is great. It's gonna be in English, and open doors. And then the character Bernard, it's like, I love it. Being the antagonist or the annoying guy, it's more like being always, that kind of a good guy. No, I prefer to be the bad guy.
I think I passed the casting and like 2 times, and it was really good to meet the girls in the beginning, and after I loved.
What do you mean in the beginning?
Yeah, the really beginning it was really nice. No, it was really good, and I loved the script, and for me too, acting in English is like really interesting. So yeah, I was excited about it.
Yeah, for me it was the character. It was just nice to play someone who just kind of like floats through life without giving many fucks. I think I give too many fucks. And it was quite nice just to be someone who just floats around through it. But also at the same time, it's nice that a character who is very much has his own insecurities, he has his own anxieties, but the one that he doesn't have is just his sense of who he is. And he just kind of, the one thing that he's not insecure about is, I'm just gonna be absolutely who I am. And of course he has his own shit and his own vulnerabilities, which kind of, I think you can kind of see in that little bit. But the fact that his sense of his identity is one that is just not in question for him. So that, for me, that was what drew me to the part, for sure.
I don't know. I think it's my part is a bit heavy if you compare it to the other ones, but I think it's a fucking important question, and I don't know how old are you guys over there, but over 30, it's basically a question. No, we are asking ourselves if we would like to have a fucking baby or not, and we are asking ourselves again and again and again, and I enjoy that thought, because I had to think about it and I had to ask these kind of questions from myself. Not I'm not in a relationship with this handsome black guy for 10 years, so it's my situation is completely different. But anyway, I just enjoyed because I had to face with these questions, and I think it's nice to time ask yourself, you know. That's it.
Thank you. Well, no, you're done. All right. So, well, as you just said, there's something about yourselves in this show. So, how much of it is auto or semi-autobiographical? I don't know how to say it. How much of you is in this your story?
I think we can all take a wild guess how much of myself I put into this project.
A lot.
A lot. I would like to say she's a heightened version of myself. She gives less fucks than I do, I would say. But yeah, it really is. It really was just. It was a joy for me to kind of just be myself in this. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. How much of yourself is in this character?
Zero.
76%.
76.
No, no. There was definitely loads that I relate to with him. At the same time as having a lot that I got to play around with. That, like I say, like kind of inhabit someone who, kind of, the way he moves through life is, I think, quite different to me myself. But also, I often, I mean, you wouldn't believe it, but I usually play like straight, kind of boring characters who are like very like straight down the line and heterosexual. So it was really fun for me to play someone who is very queer and very comfortable with their queerness and very kind of confrontational with their queerness as well. Which, yeah, was the first time for me playing a role that.
That was more
Actually,
you.
I think the next question is more for
yeah.
them. So
All
don't
right.
answer.
Well, so I got another question. So, how did you two develop these characters? Because they are a little bit more mysterious, maybe.
I've been to the Whiskeria every night. No, I've been bartending in Paris for years. So on this part, I knew some stuff. And after I don't know, I've been back to my own stories and to catch these things of the beginning of a relationship and how it starts and what you feel in this moment and how it's hard to talk and that was really interesting, yeah, to go back on this.
Same
one. I started talking to my character walking because I do always with my characters walking. You walk the way you think, you feel how is he or how he is, and then meeting these beautiful people, even being on the set, you have the 50% walking in your house, and then the other 50% is on the rehearsals or even in the set. And I remember I went through in a specific time in my life that maybe it could be like burnout. Not that kind, but kind of. And then as an actor, take this and put in on the beautiful bag to show in it.
All right, thank you. And also, just for you two, your characters are a little bit messy. They're openly sexual. They drink, they get drunk, everything else. Well, this is not the kind of character that it's always portrayed in every show. So, how do you two? I don't know. What value do you attribute to this kind of character for women being on screen?
I think, we're seeing kind of in the past 10 years, I would say, more of these types of anti-heroines and women who are messy and cheat on their husbands and drink and, are just not perfect. And I think we're seeing that increasingly, but we're also still seeing that element of guilt where the woman does all these terrible things, but she feels really bad about it. And you don't really see that. Well, you do, but not most of the time with men who are kind of like, you know, acting and having the same behavior. So I think it's really important that we continue that tradition of women behaving badly without feeling guilty. You know, like Leila doesn't feel guilty for telling Bernard off. Like, you know, she told him she didn't want a relationship. She told him not to show up and meet her friends, and he did everything that she said not to. And Fernanda's like, you know what? I'm allowed to change my mind. It's my body. It's my choice. So I think it's really important for these two women that we see the parallel of that in the show, that these two women are taking a stand against the men of their life.
Actually, I don't think that my character is messy. I mean, what is happening is that she just found out that she's fucking pregnant, and her boyfriend, who is not here, where the fuck, you see, again, not here, again, drinking with these fucking mates. I mean, I'm thinking she's has every fucking right to, you know, to say fuck off. So I don't think that she's messy. I think we should just really stop using this word messy and go, boys, in this room. And I'm telling to every fucking my friend of mine, if you use crazy for a woman, stop it. Okay? Stop using crazy for a woman, okay? Because I don't think it's true. I mean, I should actually check fucking statistics. Are they really, the crazy people are mostly women? Or because I'm pretty sure no. Because how many friends of mine telling me, oh, I did that with girl, we broke up because she was crazy. I mean, fuck you. I mean, this is what I'm thinking. I'm so sorry. So I don't think my character is messy. I mean, she had a fucking glass of wine. We are doing this, no?
Well, thank you. I don't know if do we have time for
Yeah, we have
questions
time
right there?
for-
Okay, let me go down there. Does anybody have any question for the show? All right, here.
It was an actual tequila shot, the one that you had, or it was just water?
Of course.
What? It was.
It's Powerade.
Powerade, yeah.
About 10 shots of Powerade. Lemon flavored.
Somebody else? Anybody else? Another question for the cast? You got it here? All right. Yes. Give me a sec. Can you please pass it?
I'm actually curious because from what you're showing is that there are a lot of limitations coming because of COVID. You know, well, mostly everything was like limitation or affecting negatively like relationships. But do you think there was like something positive out of COVID-19 with like for people that are together in a couple and let's say they're locked in together, you know, in one place, not like long distance. If there were any benefits out of it.
Not for myself, but anybody else.
Yeah, I think so. Like for some people, like I know me and my partner at the time, we were so busy, we didn't see each other at all. We were like, go, 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 go. And we suddenly were like, oh, fuck, okay. Hi, how are you? And then we had like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of that. But it was really nice. I think like it was a moment. I think like the pandemic did a lot of things, but one of them in a positive way was definitely made people just kind of take a moment and stop and like get off the hamster wheel for a second and go, oh, okay, this is what I've got, and I like it. Cool.
Yeah, so Nina, would you like to show that? Sorry, just very curious. Would you like to take it that direction? You know,
Absolutely. Obviously, like, you know, this is the pilot that we've shown you guys today, and so we're seeing the beginning of these problems. But I definitely think, and even seeing in real life, that so many of my friends became closer because of the pandemic. Even like not just romantic relationships, but friendship as well. I think some of my strongest friendships came out of the pandemic and us like having to be there for each other and having to be each other's family. So I definitely want to show that in the series going forward. And spoiler alert, I think Alan and Jules are really cute. And they're the couple we should be rooting for because everyone else is fucking toxic.
Okay, now you've said that. I wasn't going to say that earlier because I didn't want to, spoilers, but you've done it now. But back to the first question about what drew me to the script. In the beginning of the auditions and stuff, like me and Nina had a few conversations and about like her plans for the character, and we had a lot of discussions about how often, especially gay men, on screen. They are they're often the promiscuous characters, or the ones who like the party friends, the ones who like party friends who go out and, are messy. And we had a few conversations about Nina's plans for these two characters and not depicting that for them, which it was very important, like a very important thing that I don't think we see reflected enough in stories. So that just to piggyback on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had I'm not sure if it's related to what you guys just talked about, but I'm very curious to what's next to the project. I know this is a pilot, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that's very curious to know what happened to Lila that 20th. So what's next for the project? Are you guys planning to do more episodes? What's happening?
Are you rich?
Are you really rich? Can I divorce my beautiful husband in that room and marry you? No, I'm kidding. No, we're in the process of looking to expand and to make more episodes and get the story out, because I think it means a lot to us. We came together in a really crazy whirlwind, and I think it would be a joy for us to share more of the story with you guys.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Any other questions? All right. Oh, there. Sorry, one second. There is.
Hi, thank you for showing us the pilot. The cast is very international, and I was wondering if that was a deliberate choice when you were casting the characters, or if you were just lucky to have all of these people come to your auditions.
I think it's a bit of both. I think going into it as a minority woman, it was really important to me in the casting process that we had a cast to reflect something that I didn't see when I was growing up. And it was difficult in that regard because, we didn't have a lot of time, and the pool in Barcelona is quite limited in terms of, minority, but at the end of the day, we ended up with such a look at us, I don't think there's a single, repeated nationality up here. So I think a lot of it was, yes, Christine and I were involved in the process, and Alessia as well, who's somewhere in the audience as well. We were sitting there, we were every single day, we were diversity, international. So yes, we were looking for that, but also, look at this room right now. This is really representative of Barcelona. We're all from different places. So I think it was us looking for that, but also the luck and also good taste of living here. So, yeah.
That's great. Anybody else? All right, I think we can close it. Yeah. So, thank you to all the cast.
So thank you guys so much for coming tonight in the middle of a pandemic.
All right, so that's a problem. Thank you.